Well, welcome back. We're back in here with some more GURPS spaceship stuff. And just as a precursor to the combat example I'm going to play, just going to look at the ship that I recently generated. Let's give this thing a name. Let's call it the Saturn's Escape. Sure. Saturn's Escape. I don't know where these guys got that name. This ship is from a very distant galaxy. Not in ours. Certainly not aware of our star system, I'm sure. The Saturn's Escape is a size level +6 ship, so it's not huge. Get an idea of dimensions of this ship. Let's just go to that table. Size level 6 is about 60 feet long. 60 feet long, 100 tons, 60 footer. And 60 footer and a 90 footer. Let's compare it to a size level 7 ship. That's a 90 footer. Okay, so that's a good bit bigger. Now, it's interesting to compare these two ships. This is one I created previously on my own time. And so the HP, the hit points on this +7 size ship is 50. And the 6 is +6, the Saturn's Escape is 30 hit points. Okay, now both these ships I randomly rolled. They have a primary, I keep calling it a primary weapon system. It's a major weapons battery. It's a major weapon. You can have a secondary and a medium and a tertiary weapon batteries. These are major weapon batteries, so that's kind of the biggest. You get a battery of just one large weapon. Now the damage on for a size level 7 ship on a major battery, let's just go with lasers, is 2d6. Okay, so 2d6 times 5 damage on the laser for that guy. So that's an average, what is that, about 35 damage? Average 35 damage he can output every turn if he hits. You don't hit that often sometimes in this. The Saturn's Escape is, it has a major battery as well, I think, somewhere here, didn't we? Yes, right here. And it being a size level 6 ship, it has a 66. 66. So that'd be, what's that average? About 20, we'll say? I think about 20. Off the top of my head, we'll say it's 20. Okay. Interesting to compare these. Now, this is what we could expect to see. So this is addressing some people's gripe that you can easily cut holes through ships with their weapons, and I kind of like that actually, especially these kind of ships with no armor. But let's just look at the laser. The lasers are the weaker weapons here too. The guns, the cannon, the Gauss rifle, railgun type cannons, and the missile launchers can really pack a punch. The lasers being a little more accurate, but less damaging. And you never run out of ammo, which is nice. As long as you've got power to designate to your weapon battery from your reactor, you can just shoot until the cows come home. But let's just take a quick comparison before we actually get into some combat in the next video. So this Saturn's Escape size level 6 is going to hit the size level 7 guy for average of 20 damage. Okay, this guy does he have any armor? He does have a little bit of armor on the front and the back. Unstreamlined armor. Let's just grab the armor values for this guy. Unstreamlined, size level 7. He's got 15 AR. It's a DR, sorry. 15 DR. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. He's got 15. He's got 30 DR. DR 30 on the back. And he's got DR 15 in the front. Wow, okay. This guy is the brawler of the two. He should easily win. He's bigger and he's armored. This guy is so fast though. Saturn's Escape has 2G of acceleration. This guy is a lumbering oaf at 0.5G. Wow, he's got 3 star drives though. He can jump. Oh, 1 fuel tank. 2 fuel tanks. You can only make 2 jumps. Wow, okay, anyways, interesting. So, let's first say this guy gets some shots off. Shoots 20 damage into this guy. If he shoots 20 damage into the midsection where there's no armor, that is less than 50% of the hit points. So we take 20 off 50 hit points. The ship is already almost half broken, half destroyed. And that immediately disables one of these random sections in that hull, which is, I really like this part of the combat of GURPS. They did a great job with this. I can just see, you know, randomly, we just shot a hole through. We disabled the fuel tank, and that's full of hydrogen. Now, we just go back to some of the disabling and damage rules. Disabling a volatile fuel tank, you lose half. Yeah, it disables it. You can't use the fuel, so you can't do a jump at that point. If we shoot the midsection again, we can make aim shots, called shots. It's harder to hit, of course, but it can be done. Oh, and say that happened again. That hits the fuel tank again in the midsection. I didn't even, we'll say it was I don't know, let's say it wasn't a called shot, just dumb luck. That now destroys the fuel tank, and now we're rolling a health check. Because it's a volatile system. And the health is, I believe, 13 on these ships. And look at that, I made it. So the ship does not detonate next turn. So that's good. But this is how we will see things play out. The ships can get, you can really break a ship quick, like we just did. The smaller ship got a couple good shots, took out the fuel tank, unarmored fuel tank. This thing's just gonna detonate, possibly. He'll have to keep making rolls, I do believe. Volatile system is disabled. Roll against spacecraft. Health roll failed means the spacecraft will explode at the end of the next turn. A critical failure means it explodes immediately. If the volatile system is destroyed, okay, so the first time we had to roll that, it made it. Now, if the volatile system is destroyed, roll at -5. So here's the second. The second shot goes in and destroys the fuel tank. We've got to roll a 8. An 8 or under. Oh my goodness. We just rolled an 8. The ship somehow survives that. And at that point, it's just lost all the helium, or not helium, hydrogen leaks harmlessly into space. And we can't try and detonate that ship any longer off of that. There's another fuel tank I think we can go for. It's better armored. Tough luck. But say, now let's return fire from the larger ship. He's doing an average of 35 damage on an unarmored smaller ship. Okay, so 35 damage off the hit points. There's no armor to absorb anything, so it all goes straight to hit points. 30 hit points. This ship is going to be put to -5 hit points in a single shot. Needless to say, whatever gets hit is just destroyed immediately. Let's roll to see what is shot. So the shot, we get to say which section. There goes my die. Yeah, that's gone. Which section we want to hit, and then we'll say we can't do a called shot on which system we target specifically, because we have not done an engineering scan successfully of the ship to know what is where. So we'll just roll randomly at the midsection. This guy shoots back. He's like, "You've been shooting my midsection, I'll shoot your midsection right back." And he does so and hits the same spot. But it's a star drive in this guy's ship. There goes the star drive. It's immediately disabled. Disabled and destroyed. And anybody in that section, nobody probably in the star drive. Sometimes if there's workstations, on bigger ships, there's a workstation in the star drive. There's a console in there where engineering guys can be hanging out, or you can work pilot the ship or even use guns from any workstation anywhere in the ship. So you could, theoretically have a dude gunning from a console located in the star drive section. In this small ship, it's not the case. It's just a panel hatch, access hatch. Nobody ever goes in there unless they have to repair something. So we won't roll on the casualty table. Nobody's in there. That thing's destroyed. We'll say this guy gets his second shot off now, another 35 damage. This time, let's go to the 4 hull. So it takes a shot. This die only rolls 2s, apparently. That's 4 2s in a row. He takes out an engine in the front, destroys it immediately. The ship is now down to negative 40. What's its damage? 35, yeah, negative 40. He is a hurting unit, and he has to roll health check. Effects of 0 HP, blah, blah, blah. We lose handling. Let's go back over here. Negative hit points and destruction. When the spacecraft reaches negative times 1 basic, which we have, it has suffered damage to its structural integrity that it must make a health roll to avoid destruction. On a failure, it is destroyed. If it survives, further health rolls are required each time the spacecraft is reduced by another multiple. So we're at minus 45. We only had 30 hit points to begin with. Makes a health check. Oh, and failed. The ship just breaks apart and ceases to function. At this point, life support systems start failing, and these guys are donning their space suits. A destroyed vessel is just wreckage. Some types of systems might still be functional, as we see here. Actually, yeah, we might have some life support still, but all systems stop functioning as data, power, and fuel lines are cut, and yep. Further damage reduces and destroys. It is vaporized, blah blah blah. So this guy just got destroyed, turned to wreckage, turned to salvage in 2 shots. That's what you get for not having any armor. Now that's just a quick comparison. That's not taking into piloting maneuvers, ranges, and speed of this guy. This guy could really be moving. That's going to make him hard to hit. So just wanted to briefly address the spaceships using hammers, flying around in eggshells using hammers thing. It can seem that way, and it can play out that way with some lucky shots, but with the bell curve on 3d6 shooting rolls, you don't get too many swingy results. The guy with the better skill is usually the one that will win. So anyways, that's what it can look like. These things do get shot up pretty quick, like it holds true with all GURPS combat. GURPS combat is pretty deadly, pretty fast. Make good tactical decisions. You can live through the combat, perhaps at least a few turns. Anyways, that's combat overview. Let's get into some real tactical combat on the grid next. Roll on.